Hi. Budgeting really comes down, obviously, to how much you have to make your film. Have you been saving up? Do you have some money anyway? Have you come into a small windfall? Whatever you do, go and buy a home. Be secure with a roof over your head before you start spending that kind of money making a movie. There's an old adage in the industry, never spend your own money making a movie, and it makes a lot of sense. That said, the budget really is going to be dictated by the money you do have. I would always advocate, if say you only have $200, then spend that $200 feeding the cast and crew. That would be my priority. If you had $6,000, still use $200 to feed the crew. If that $200 isn't going to cover it where you live, then simply give it to a parent, an uncle, a grandparent, and get them to feed your cast and crew, if they're at all good in the kitchen. I've said it before, a fed crew is a happy crew. So, having taken stock of your situation, of the story you're going to tell, you'll have a good idea where the money may need to be spent. But do your due diligence. Are you sure you can't get what you need for free somewhere, somehow? If your budget is really tight, if you have some money, if you have a few grand going, then of course make a contribution wherever you can, even if it's not the going rate. People will appreciate the gesture. So once you know what you have to spend, sit down and work out where you're going to need to spend it. Maybe on transport, at least getting your cast or crew to the set in the first place. Maybe it's kit. For sure you're going to need someone to look at social media and marketing. You're going to need to get hold of drives for the edit and finished media. Take a hard look at what's negotiable, what isn't negotiable, what you can't do without, and how much that might cost you. Is there a cheaper way to achieve your edit? A cheaper way to achieve post-production? Can you use a lower grade camera? Okay, it may not be an Alexa or a Red, but it may actually be really good quality and still deliver 4K or 1080p. Don't start getting precious about kit, needing everything high-end. That can come later. Make your calling card first. As I've said already, if the drama, the performances are compelling, no one will care what format it's on. So budgeting becomes about sitting down and taking a long, hard look at what can be achieved in the long list of a movie's requirements for nothing. Ticking those off the list to leave you with things you can't avoid paying for. What are they? Are you sure there's no other way around it? Are you certain? Sometimes working around someone else's schedule, be they an actor, a crew member, an editor or re-recording mixer, if you can accommodate them and in doing so get something far cheaper or even free, then do that. It honestly doesn't matter if you don't get into Sundance, into Busan this year or next. The film has to be achievable and for the budget you have. It also needs to be the best film that it can be, and the no budget route by definition means it won't be something that's delivered in the shortest amount of time. So budgeting really isn't like a normal movie. You most likely won't be needing a spreadsheet even, though I do find they help as numbers get changed, deals get made, corners cut, new options open up the moment you elect to step into the arena and start to make it work. But the chief exercise is working out what you don't have to pay for if you don't have the money to pay. As a footnote, I would always advocate that everyone gets paid, that everything needed gets paid for. But if it's the difference between you getting your film made or not making a film, then see what's attainable for the money you have. I would always advocate budgeting for insurance to cover loss, fire and theft, but also liability should something go horribly wrong. I found insurance to be pretty cheap for what you get covered for, but of course I have no way of knowing where you live or what you want to achieve in your movie. Make inquiries though.